Can you stand in the middle real quick?
I was kind of like that, actually.
You just want to have her start
can you get my inhaler? No, I kind of like the way she like stood in there and was like.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, nice.
How is that?
Yeah, okay, we're good.
Hold on, I gotta.
You can do the boxing one, you know, the
We
fist
could do
fight.
that, actually. Alright. Oh, shoot. Come in. Nice, good. You love working with you because you always knock it out of the park every time.
In preparation for the Gator Nationals and the 2025 season, two-time Top Fuel World Champion Brittany Force and her Monster Energy team picked up right where they left off from their strong finish at the end of the 2024 season, putting the Top Fuel class on notice when they fired a shot heard around the world during testing in Gainesville.
At the stripe, 290. Look at the mile an hour. That's the fastest speed in history. 302.69 miles an hour to the 8th. That is the fastest 8th mile speed by a bunch ever. That is ridiculous. And if that thing had lived all the way to the stripe, it was probably going to go even quicker than that. And speed-wise, that car was probably going to run close to 340 miles an hour.
For Jack Beckman, who stepped in to fill the seat midway through the season last year, following John Force's season-ending crash last year in Richmond, the 2012 Funny Car champ was once again tapped to take the controls of the Peak Chevy in 2025.
On a scale of 1 to 10 for excitement, I'd call it a solid 10. The odd thing for me is I haven't ran a full season since 2019. I haven't ran for a championship since 2020. That season was cut short by COVID. I have never started a season at the Gator Nationals. Totally different for me and pretty cool.
All right, guys, I want to get all you together because as we talked in Indianapolis, it meant a lot to me, and I know it meant a lot to you guys to be there when we unveiled this thing. So after we went to PRI, my guys and I got talking, and the crew said, what can we do to really engage these guys and make them part of the Peak family? So I think you guys have seen the Peak Squad before. That's really our most loyal members. Well, starting today, you guys are the leaders of the Peak Squad. When you go back 30, 40 years, every one of these crews out here had their name on a race car. So starting today, not only are you Peak Squad members, but you're officially going to be on this race car from here on out, going down the racetrack. So welcome to the Peak Squad. Thank you guys for what you do. And I am super excited about this year, because damn it, you guys are going to win a championship. That's all I want to say. Hurrah.
The names are really small. I can hardly see them. I thought it was going to be small or legible.
So the last thing you guys are going to see going down the racetrack is your names driving away from you. That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
The left, the right.
As long as it goes straight, but that's up to him, right?
To model this? Yeah.
We have our Mission Foods NHRA Drag Racing Series categories in the lanes from Pro Stock Motorcycle. The Nitro Burners will be coming, and we are going to get things turned around here at the 56th running of the Amalie Oil NHRA Gator Nationals. nitro run at 25. Here we go. Hyde smokes the tires. Beckman's got flames over the roof. 387.8, 330.63 miles an hour. And boys, that's a tone setter right there. That is a tone setter.
With Beckman and the Peak squad pacing the field right out the box, all eyes were now on the reigning Nitro Funny Car champ Austin Prock to see how low he and his team could go.
Austin Prock smokes the tires, and he will go down to a 423 at 206, and there's things spitting parts out of it down there. Make it want to get another look at that. We saw stuff shrapnel hitting the ground behind the race car. So there is a chance that the stuff we saw coming out of the back of that car was the rear end coming apart. Yikes. The safety safari is looking at it. We're going to go to a replay, so let's pay real close attention. Left-hand side of our screen. Of course, rear axle failures became a big trouble last year in nitro racing. Oh, yeah, look at this thing. It's chunking. That's a big chunks of metal there. That looks like a piece of the ring gear. David, that looks like a whole bunch of ring gear there.
Yes, it does. You know, that never happens this season until now.
Yikes. I mean, those are just chunks of what appears to be a rear end housing. And it would explain the reason why the car just suddenly kind of shut off. Less than tire smoke. Man, those pieces are trying to catch the car.
Better not get any oil on my face. I'm going to be pissed.
So these are right in here. Narciso! Hi, buddy.
We need to spray this top rail real good with air. Get it like it's in between here and there.
Got a rag. Can I get your rag?
I'll use more rag.
Here you guys see. Here's the air AP.
This top rail, top side of this rail is still covered. You need a rag? You got me a rag.
A catastrophic parts failure in the very first run of the season was not the way the world champions wanted to kick off their year. But after a mad thrash, the Cornwall Tools crew, with the help of the Monster Boys, was able to bring the Proc rocket back to life, as all three JFR drivers were ready to throw down Friday night under the lights in Gainesville. Both Proc and Forrest struggled in their second runs on Friday, but Fast Jack would go low once again.
No dice for Dan. 383.2 at 334.65 miles per hour. Jack Beckman rips his way like a rip saw into the Florida night into the #1 qualifying position.
Beckman finished the night in the #1 qualifying spot, with his teammate Austin Prock sitting 15th and Brittany Forrest occupying the #6 position in top fuel. And with rain completely washing out all the action on Saturday, that's where they would stay going into final eliminations on Sunday.
Well, good morning.
Happy race day, and welcome to the early arrivers here at the 56th running of the Emily Motor Oil NHRA Gator Nationals. Start is still what we are shooting for here for Top Fuel Eliminator, round number 1 of the season. Oh, look at this! Blake can't get back into it. Beckman, that was a masterclass. Now to pedal a funny car. 435.9, 309 miles per hour. And Jack Beckman, that was like a sprint car slide job move there. Whop, 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 and then got it back down and off he went.
After a lengthy rain delay to kick off race day, Beckman was the only one of the 3 JFR drivers to survive in the opening round before bowing out in round number 2. But despite the early exits, John Force Racing will answer the call and come out swinging at the next stop on tour in Phoenix.